proffer agreement is not immunity. People get this confused. There's no immunity in a proffer agreement. All a proffer agreement is that information that you provide that is self-incriminating cannot be used against you. So him and his attorney and the U.S. attorney all agree to do this proffer agreement. And immunity is completely different. Immunity is where you cannot prosecute somebody. You've given somebody an agreement and you can't prosecute them regardless of what evidence you build against them. When he goes outside of that agreement, that information is all there to be used, should a prosecutor choose to do so. So when he's gone outside of this law enforcement environment where he has been given this agreement, everything else is up for grabs. So everything that he's said in books or on YouTube channels or on multiple interviews, that's all information that can absolutely be used against him and should. And so if it's discovered that he lied to us, that means he violated the agreement. If he violated the agreement, then the agreement's off the table and everything he told us can now be used. It's a breach of contract, essentially.
If there were a witness that came forward and said, hey, I saw him in the white Cadillac in the parking lot, or, I saw him driving down the street in a white Cadillac, would that be enough to bring him to a grand jury, or what do you think it would take?
His own statements are enough to indict him.
Yeah, like outside the Club 662, if James had saw Keefe D in the white Cadillac.
So when Puffy and them came, we knew Puffy and them was here. And then Keefe D was one of the big homies in the South Side. So I ran 662. I was running the club at the time.
Reggie Wright was there.
But I was doing the door and all of that.
Right, and your brother Buntry was there as well.
Buntry was at the fight.
Yeah.
He went to the fight with him. We already knew it was finna happen. That they was coming to Vegas, the whole nine. And then when they came, they pulled up in front of 662. I alerted a bunch of them and told them that Keefe D and them out here, the South Side is out here. And they drove off.
Yeah, well, of course, yeah. If James saw Keefe D in the Cadillac, then it's very valuable information because it puts Keefe D in the vehicle that was described as the assailant vehicle. It puts Keefe D in immediate proximity to the shooter, his nephew. It corroborates Keefe D's own statements about going to Club 662 and then leaving and then shooting Tupac shortly thereafter. So if you have an eyewitness that is corroborating the confession, that just further corroborates the confession. So yeah, that's very damning evidence if that's what Mob James is claiming, or at least if that's what he's telling Las Vegas PD.